Leon Omar Mason, and everyone calls me Omar. I'm finishing up a 15-year sentence for bank robbery with a deadly weapon, and I'll be released in about 3 weeks. I've been in and out of the prison system for 30 years, and as long as I've been able to stay in the streets is 6 months. My fear will be not being able to adapt to the society out there and fulfill all the goals that I've set for myself. That will be my greatest fear.
What we're hoping to do is to build a system to help everybody leave prison in better shape than they came back in, because we don't want you to come back.
Transition is inevitable. You getting out of here. Transition with change is a choice. It's optional. And basically, I know it's not an easy choice because historically, once your time is over, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. Because if nothing has changed, nothing has changed. And then you're thrown right out there to have to try to fend for yourself. We've identified some barriers that you guys are going to be faced with, trying to figure out where you're going to live, where you're going to get bus fare from, how you're going to get your ID, how you're going to get to your parole agent, just how you're going to pay the $40 fee that the parole agent requires. We'll get you connected with substance abuse treatment because at least 90% of the guys that we deal with coming out of here has a history of substance abuse, and substance abuse doesn't die just because you get locked up. So whatever it is you need to do for you to continue to move forward.
Any other comments?
A lot of guys, they know about this program, but they won't participate in it because they say, hell, I'm at the door. I'm going home in 60 days, I'm going home in 6 months. Ain't nothing they can do for me. But a lot of them guys, they don't want to save their lives. I'm trying to save my life. Most of my life, I've been destructive to myself and destructive to my community. In the past, when I left prison as a drug addict. For the past 8 years, I have been clean. When I came to prison, I was 17. And my cell buddy was a Muslim. So I used to watch him all the time. He used to pray 5 times a day. He had a good character. He was very intelligent. And at the time, I didn't even have a GED. I only had like a 7th grade education. And he started always encouraged me to read. So he started giving me books and I began to start reading. It took me a lot of years of struggle to actually become a practicing Muslim. Here in prison, there's a lot of pain and there's suffering. It's pain there when you find out that your family is not going so good and there's nothing that you can do about it. All right? It's pain there when you hear a child ask you, why every time I talk to you, you've been in prison all my life? When you land on your bunk and you crying, you don't see tears, but the tears are inward. Because you have to show an image of what? That, hey, I'm tough, I'm solid. You know, there's no weakness here.
Give me 33, man. Give me 33. I'm the Scrabble master. How much I got? 170. 170? What you got? And that's nothing.
Hold up. Give me that dictionary. Don't write nothing down. Take it off there. Take it off. Take it off. There's 6 sisters and 5 brothers. And my mother and father worked real hard to maintain and provide for us. We was made to go to church, go to school, you know, clean up, do chores, and we was, you know, punished when we did wrong. But once you leave the house, you're in another world. You're in the streets. Going out into the world after being locked up 10 years, I've already recognized it's going to be different. Because before, every time that I left prison, I had already made plans to come back. Because I knew that I was going right out there to do the same thing over again. Rob, steal, get high, and do my thing until I get caught. What's different this time? I have been preparing myself not to be a recidivist. Because now I want to be a part of the good society, the working society, the social society, and work within accordance with the law. That's what I want to do. Who I am out here? I'm waiting on you. Okay. I'm gonna see you get there, yeah. See you, Miss Wade.
Bye, Mr. Mason.
Easy out there. Okay? Love you, man.
Take care. You got it?
All right. I'm trying to come around here.
Yeah. See you on the other side here.
I'm gonna miss my brothers. I'm definitely gonna miss my brothers. The last time I saw my sister Sharon was 10 years ago, prior to my arrest.
How you been?
She did 1 year in prison. She's a recovering addict with 8 years clean.
Hi, Lois. This is Keisha from Sharon Mason Building.
Sharon now owns her own business. She's very successful.
Omar never really got a chance to get to know me. So it's been like a phone conversation, and that's it. So that's why it's important that we try to build a relationship so we can get to know one another. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't know what it was like for me growing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest out of 11, so I only had like one brother there. And he didn't get a chance to know me, and now it's the time. Listen. So I'm just praying and hoping that God will have his way with us, and you know what I'm saying? And Omar's going to stay on the right path. And
Mr. Connor, I was sitting right here. And you was a couple days late when you were supposed to come the next day.
And it's like, it's just the beginning of a family that should have, and that it still can be. You know what I'm saying?
This time we got all the rest of our life. We got time. plan on going back. I'm not married, and I don't have any children. But I do come from a large family of 6 sisters and 5 brothers. And I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I get to move first. All right, come here, DJ. Can he really play? Yeah, I gotta get ready to go. I've always been here at 3 o'clock. It's 20 minutes to 6. Good to see you out here.
Yeah, good to be seen.
Good to see you. Pete Duncan is a friend of mine that I've been known for over 20 years. Pete and I spent a lot of years behind bars. Seemed like the 30 years that I was there, he was there.
Mr. Pete is doing really, really good, and I really feel as though you paired up with a really good client that's going to really help you see the way.
I've been home 10 months, March the 5th. I marked 10 months working March the 7th. I started working 2 days after I was home. And I'm telling you, it's the best 10 months I've spent in my life.
It's as long as you ever been out?
So long as I've been out on the street. Life, I mean, you enjoy your life, you live it, but you gotta always keep up front. I'm a recovering addict, and that monster will wake up at any given time, and as soon as you let go, it's got you. And I'll tell you now, just like I tell everybody else, in this house, you do what you're supposed to do. If you don't, you gotta go. Because I would prefer seeing you leave than leave you here and have to put out the whole house because of something you done.
What is your relationship like with this guy?
Omar? Oh. Like I said, me and Omar, we were friends on both sides of the fence. You know, we were good crooks as friends, you know what I mean? And now we share the same religion, same room, the same common cause, you know what I mean? To live a better life, and to serve a purpose, not just to others, but serve a purpose for us, you know what I mean? Because really, I really didn't serve a purpose, I was just breathing and getting in people's way. And now I'm in a position to help people find their way, because I'm not saying that I know exactly where I'm going, but I do know that the direction I'm going in is the right direction. It's a good direction. I mean, like I said, I ain't in jail, so I know I'm going in the right direction.
You are released from the Metropolitan Transitional Center? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'd like to take a moment to go over your conditions of release. Condition number 1, report as directed to your agent and follow your agent's instructions. Condition number 2, work regularly. Condition number 3, get permission before A, changing your home, B, changing your job, C, leaving the state of Maryland. Condition number 4, obey all laws. Notify your parole agent immediately if you are arrested. You shall not illegally possess, use, or sell, or have under your control any narcotic drug, controlled dangerous substance, or related paraphernalia. You shall conduct yourself as not to present a danger to yourself or others.
My goal for Mr. Mason is 3 things. To stay drug-free, to find employment, and his goal is also to attend college. So today we're going to try to go to CCB so he can look into some courses. Those are the 3 goals he told me that he wanted once we met with each other. That's how I designed his case plan.
This is your report card, and my report days are the 2nd and 4th Monday of each month. You also have my phone number and my extension in case you need to contact me for any reason. Well, Mr. Mason, I guess that concludes our meeting for today.
Okay.
And I look forward to seeing you on your next report day, which will be March 25th.
All right.
Okay?
Monday?
Yes.
When I dropped out of school, I was in the 7th grade. So I told my mom, I said, I don't want to go to school no more. She said, okay, you don't have to go to school. I was happy as a cat. I told my brothers and sisters, guess what, I ain't even got to go to school no more. This was like on a Thursday. And she woke me up 5:00 a.m. Monday morning. I'm looking at her, I said, if you wasn't my mama, I'll knock your head off, you know? She said, oh, by the way, you starting work today. I said, Ma, I don't want to work. She said, you don't want to go to school. She said, you either go to school, you work, and what was the third option? Get out that house. What y'all think I did the next day? Back to school. I ain't going to school either. What was my third option? I left. When I went back to school, I was in the Maryland Penitentiary. It's not pretty, man, when you're sitting in prison without an education. And it's not pretty when you're sitting in prison and you're watching your children, if you have children. How many of y'all have children? So you have to break this cycle right now. Do y'all have any questions for me?
So how you feel being out, being free now?
First of all, I want to apologize for abandoning y'all, okay? Because I'm a part of your black community and your development. I apologize for that. And how I feel about being free, I feel like this. Every opportunity that I have to give back to you, then I'm gonna take that opportunity and do it. Because I don't want you to go and do what I did and neglect your family, your community, and your people. I work a full-time job at a clothing store, and I work at a car wash part-time on the weekends. One thing that made me feel good when they gave me the keys to the car wash. You know, the man gave me the keys the same night. He said, hey, you can open and close, you can handle the money, you handle the entries and everything. Yeah, that was an accomplishment. I would like to have a home of my own, like to have a car, like to have my own business. But I know in order to get these things, I have to work for them. I can't be resentful that other people may have these things because I have to take my time to get there. I don't even have a work history. I'm one of the hardest person to employ inside the United States. I've been a thief and a hustler and everything else all my life. So all this is good for me and it's new, and I'm getting accustomed to it. Most important thing to me right now is my recovery and my freedom. My job is to do the men's department. That's what my specialty is up here.
This is my haven right here. Most of my time I spend right up in here. It's not a night go past that me and Omar don't at least an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, share our day. I look forward to talking to him at night. I've always had a real tight tie-in with my family. Omar don't. So a lot of times Omar runs into things and he need to come and vent with me, say what he's gonna do, and wait for and see what kind of response I get. He will not let go prison. He said, man, it's just like being in the joint. Hell no.
It ain't like being in no joint, ain't no bathroom in there. In the joint, you got a bathroom in your room. I said, no, there ain't like no joint, I just prefer being in there, Omar.
Let's have a moment of silence for something added in and out of the rooms.
This is a home, man. You know what I mean? And you will come to see, everybody ain't gonna get along. Sometimes we gonna have them little phases with
Prison's a lifestyle. Some of us shed it quicker than others. Some of us never do. Some of us use it as a reminder. Me, I got lost for 19 years and 9 months. I sold dope, I shot dope, I robbed people. I go broke and I go back to prison. That was my cycle, and I lived for that. What's really keeping me where I'm at today is because if I ever go back out again as far as using drugs, I'll die this time. And I know it because my pride and the shame will never let me come back.
Mr. Mason, today is your 6-month anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel like I've learned how to live a little better outside in the community because, you know, normally, 60 days would be my danger point, but I done surpassed that already.
And you've made a lot of positive accomplishments since you've been out. That's very good. Basically, today is just a follow-up from our last interview, and I just need to update your information. And what is your residence?
34 Parking Street.
And your employment status?
Right now, I'm working for Labor Ready. It's a temporary service.
Mr. Mason, you were self-employed. What happened to your car wash business?
There's a restriction on water. That means you cannot wash a car, you cannot water your lawn, you can't even clean your windows.
So do you plan to resume after the drought is over, or in the wintertime, or at another date?
Maybe later on down the line.
Do you have any substance abuse problems? No drugs or alcohol problems?
No drugs or alcohol.
That's good. And you have been compliant with all of your parole or court conditions.
Right.
Still report to me twice a month like you have been, and your next scheduled report date will be October 21st.
They both utilized all the resources that were available for them. So I'm gonna turn it over to them.
Man, it's Pete. I'm a recovering addict. I started shooting dope on my 14th birthday. Getting high wasn't my problem. It was my way of thinking that got me in trouble. You know, my behavior, my thinking, my attitude towards things. Anywhere in West Baltimore you went, you heard that Pete Duncan was somewhere around. I either was robbing you or selling you dope. Simple as that. In prison, I was either robbing you or selling you the dope. Simple as that. I was gonna be what I wanted to be, which was the best dope fiend in the world. It's simple as that. I had a dude that approached me yesterday, and then he just said, "Ain't you Pete Duncan?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, somebody told me you had life." I just smiled at him and said, "I do now. I do now. I got a life now." I don't know how long any of y'all been here. I don't know how many times you done been here, but 30 days is too much. I told a man today, said, "You gotta have your band on because they might make a mistake and leave you." And you know what I told him? I hope somebody ain't no CPR because if you keep me here, I'm gonna fall out. Simple as that. Because I'm through this. This is my bottom. I've been in and out of Maryland holes since I was 12 years old. November 11th, when I come off parole, will be the first time I've been on my own in 38 years. On my own. I've been in every prison in the state of Maryland. God, I done seen wardens die and come and go. I've seen captains come and go and die. I've seen them. I have even seen some correctional officers become inmates in my day and time. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna take this route, you got to be dead serious about it. You got to be dead serious and you got to keep it up front and you got to always keep focused on what's happening because as soon as you take your eyes off of it, it got you. Man, I'm telling you, when I first went in that recovery house, I was scared to death. I sit on the corner of my bed and watched a black screen for 4 hours because I didn't know how to turn the motherfucker on. And had too much pride to ask somebody to turn the TV on for me. Because inside of me, you know what I was saying? I should know how to turn the motherfucker on. My ride from here, May the 5th of last year to 34 Parker Street, man, my mind was racing. What the hell are you gonna do? For over 30-some years, all you ever done is what you used to do. You're not doing that no more. You're doing something altogether different. You got a brand new thing here. But the thing that scared me to death, I didn't know what the hell my brand new thing was. All I knew is I wanted it. I know I could do it. Because I wanted to do it. And it was time. It was my time. And Omar is yours.
How y'all doing? My name is Omar. It hasn't been that easy for me. Now, when I first went out there, it was great, right? I was able to get out there, get my job. I even established 2 businesses on my own, but they folded. And when these businesses folded, my mindset, my old behavior started talking to me. Boy, call your nephew up. Go get the 38. That's what you can do, you know, because you know how to do that, boy, you know? Because I used to stick up. I told my roommate, I said, man, you know what? I said, man, I was thinking about going to get that tool and doing some damage. He said, man, Omar, it ain't that bad. That's all he said. And when he said that, I went and prayed. I went downstairs and I prayed. For 26 years, I haven't been in the streets 6 months. And I still haven't been in the streets 6 months yet. Now, if I make it to tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's the 12th. If I make it to tomorrow, if I get home safe and God bless me to wake up tomorrow morning, or I stay up till after 1 minute after 12 and I holler over there, hey, Pete. Boy, I made it the first 6 months. They're giving us the tools. We just got to put them to work. So I'm just going to ask you one question. Do you want to die in here? Do you? No. You? No. Want to die in here? Yeah. Man, if you don't want to die in this prison, then you have to take this information, internalize, and then start using it to make it work for you.
Yeah, Monday when I saw him first, I told Marsha, I said, he looked ashy, he looked like he's getting high to me. I don't know what it was, but he had that look.
He stopped showering. He stopped signing in and out. Staying down here to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
My fear is he's gonna end up back in jail. Because he's violating, he's on the urge of violating his parole.
He was dead set on becoming his own boss.
rich overnight, successful, the best recovering addict. Oh my God, he had everything already plastered out. Come on, not in recovery. You set yourself up for failure.
Some people want sobriety, but don't know how to keep it. Even give me their money, you know, because they say money is their trick.
When he started off, he seen people. Now he sees money. And that's the only problem I have with him. Other than that, I love the ground he walk on, but I hate that about him.
Why didn't you confront Omar?
It's hard because, like I said, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you I know all the answers to this because I don't. I'm new at this, you know. And there are times when, like I said, I come up with a great idea, or I may slip back into who I was, which is, you know, he's my friend. Whatever he do is all right. You know, which is not all right. And I have to really evaluate my definition of friendship because a friend doesn't let you kill yourself. You know, I don't care which way you look at it, but a friend doesn't let you kill yourself. And I did, you know, not literally, physically, but he destroyed, you know, everything that he had. He got to rebuild. And I'm telling you, one of the worstest things you have to do when you have to come back, you have to face the guilt and the shame. And a lot of people don't come back.
I had two other brothers that died. My twin brother died in 1994. My youngest brother, he died in 2002. This is before I was released from prison.
Brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. Hide not thy face far from me, put not thy servant away in anger. Leave me not, neither forsake me.
Admit that you have a problem. Accept that you have a problem. Now let's do something about it. Now, Ownership is on you to do what you need to do to stay clean and sober. That means standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself. This is not hard to do once you have accepted the way your life has turned out up until now. If you find yourself in some of the same situations that you found yourself in when you were out there using, that means you haven't done no changing. Let somebody know that you are struggling. Do not try to do this thing by yourself, because by yourself is what got you here. Your best thinking got you here.
I didn't think I would ever have that problem again. That was the farthest thing from my mind. This is not gonna happen to me. But that's how cunning the disease is. It can happen to anybody. You just got to be, with the word they use, I just have to be more vigilant, when I'm out there this time.
If you don't deal with your issues will deal with you.
I talked to my son last night, and he wanted to come see me in the hospital when my mother said he's 14 years old. He can't come over at 12 at night. It's just time to grow up. They say when you start putting it in you, you stop growing. But it's time to be a woman again and be a mom. And just get it together. It's just getting old.
Omar wanted to be a big businessman. He wanted to be the go-to family member. Come on. You know what I mean? Here's a man who was in prison 10 years. You know what I mean? With no real contact with his family. And he expecting 6 months, that he was gonna be Uncle Omar or Big Brother Omar and everything was gonna be rosy. Come on, he ain't have enough time to be out here to even know himself.
إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم وتركهم في الظلمات لا يبصرون. وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم.
It's that time of the day where we acknowledge the graduates who have completed the program of Turk House. I want to let it be known that Robert McDonald has successfully completed Let it be known that Mr. Leon Mason has successfully completed
Brother Omar, it's not by coincidence that God has put us in one another's life, and I thank you for all of you shown me and given me and taught me. Thank you.
Brother Omar, I love you, I hold you in the highest regards, man, and I told you when you leave, I gotta walk on eggshells because you always kept me in check, man. I love you, man, and as soon as I get here, I'll see you at the mosque, man. Salaam alaikum, Aki.
To the brother Omar, you helped to put me on the correct path to get to where I want to be. I just wanted to say thank you.
As hard as I was struggling and complaining about not coming to Turk House, right? I got more help here than anywhere I've been in my whole life. Where Miss Charmaine at?
Right here.
I love her. Because with every conflict, right, there comes relief. My first conflict with her, after I listened to her, right, then God let me catch the message I got.
Love you too, Aki. Take care.
You take care of your own, use that number, man. Call. Show enough. Andre Fisher is a case manager for the Maryland Reentry program. When Andre met me, he was taking me back to the transitional house.
There ain't but two things you learn in the treatment center. One, about your disease of addiction. And two, you learn about self. That's it. As addicts or irresponsible people, let me say it that way, we have a tendency to not finish. We start a lot of stuff, we don't never finish nothing. You know, but in the recovery process, it teaches you how to get through to the other side, and to do that, you gotta complete some stuff.
What's up, Burl?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Back home, man. Back again. Huh?
Good press.
Good press?
Yes, sir.
Shine? Got to shine, bro.
What we got?
I was on the way to destroy myself for real.
You could have walked out, OD, and somebody could have wrote, "I love you, Omar," on the wall.
Right. This stuff is serious, man. I want to live.
This thing, across the board, it can happen to anybody. It's just a decision away. A decision. That's the only thing to keep us from being out there on the corner. A decision.
I'm realizing that, man, I have to work on it. I have to work on this, right? And do the daily maintenance, right? And continue with the same kind of program. See, and that's what I intend to do. All right, bro.
All right.
Love you, man.
Yeah, love you too,
Nice
bro.
getting you.
All
Talk
right.
to the townie, man. When I'm gonna call.
Yeah, give her a call.
I'll give her a call.
That's right.
Okay, Mr. Mason. What's been going on since I saw you the last time?
Since the last time you saw me, I haven't committed any crimes, but I did use.
What do you do?
I used cocaine.
When?
Around about the 14th of January. There's no use in me trying to, play games about this disease. I really got a disease. And I've been trying to treat it over and over and over again. It's not a disease that I can easily treat, just like that. But I'm continuing to try to treat this disease until I get it right.
This is your third time going through detox. So at this point, you consider it as a disease, but you have become a public safety risk.
I have not committed a crime against anyone, Ms. Lawrence.
Well, you are a danger to yourself.
I'm still seeking treatment for myself.
Each time you relapse, you feel like you can just go to detox, and then that's going to make everything else okay. And it doesn't work like that.
I don't feel that at all. What I need is treatment, right? And all I was asking from you is to let me do this 90-day, give me a 60-day period with this blackout. Give me a 60 days. Let's see what happens at that.
At this point, you're not in a position to negotiate at this point because you've done it. You've done the three-day detox program. You've done a 28-day detox program. How many more detox programs do you need to go through? This is your second or third violation, and it's unacceptable. You cannot continue to do the things that you've been doing and expect to remain in society. You've had a support system, so it's no excuse. You just did what you wanted to do. And as I explained to you back in November, it's a consequence for your actions. So if you're willing to risk your freedom and you're willing to risk your life, that's your choice.
I don't want to die out there in this loss.
So only you have a say
I
in
want
that
to die out
matter.
there.
Only you have a say in that matter. You know the consequences. He's currently in violation status, but a parole retake warrant has not been requested at this point.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين ويتجنبها الأشقى الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي صحف الأولى. Come through the scanner for me.
This is officially revocation hearing for Mr. Leon Mason, DOC number 221257. Is that correct, sir? You were mandatory released on March the 12th of 2002. On March the 3rd of 2003, a warrant was issued for your arrest to appear before me at this revocation hearing to answer to the alleged violation of Rules 6, 8, and 9.
Agent Lewis cites Mr. Mason with having violated that condition by having tested positive for use of cocaine. By virtue of his continued testing for use of narcotics, Mr. Mason placed himself and others in extreme danger.
Mr. Mason, you have heard the alleged violations. Anything at this time you'd like to say on your behalf before a decision is made in the case?
Well, one thing I would like to add, I concur with the fact that I do need some therapy and I needed help in time to learn about my addiction. And I sought that help through the recovery in the community with the help of that program and the help of Maryland Reentry. And, you know, I was under the impression that I had already remedied these charges, but I didn't.
The testing is part of the program, which you failed to adhere to.
But see, sir, that's what you're saying. You're talking about the program.
Right, but the test positives that you received, you were in the program then. The treatment, that's part of the treatment program. I find you guilty, Mr. Mason. You're deemed a threat to yourself and others by the mere fact of your continued use of the poison. I'm going to revoke your parole, sir. With that, stand by, sir, and I'll give you a copy of my decision.
camera off, man. Cut the camera off. I am not a recidivist. I am not a recidivist. For those of you listening, I am not a recidivist. I'm here unjustly and unfairly because I did not violate the special conditions of my parole. If you want to use that as a condition, no, I did not violate the special conditions of my parole. I'm here unfairly and unjustly because somebody in the Division of Correction and Parole and Probation felt we should take him off the streets. And if you ask them for what reason, they could not give you one. Even my agent sincerely lied. She said on tape on the 5th of February that I'm not gonna violate you. You do thus and so and thus and so. Quit your job. Stay in your house for the next 90 days. Come and piss twice a week. Complete recovery in the community. I did all these things, only to be rewarded with prison for the next 20 months.
That lady didn't put him in prison. Every time Omar picked that spike up, or every time Omar picked that pipe up to smoke that crack, Omar put Omar in prison. You know, man, Omar can't blame nobody but himself. But being cooped up in there, it's gotta be miserable. You got 10 years and 5 months already under your belt. You come home, you're able to go where you wanna go, do what you wanna do. Actually feel, you know, the sense of freedom, you know what I mean? And then out of nowhere, they just snatch it from you. You know, if that don't scam, Omar ain't ready. And Omar ain't gonna never be ready. Some people gonna die in the stage they're in. You know, I just pray that Omar ain't one of them.
I don't know what Omar was looking for when he came home. He had big dreams, but at some point or another, he stopped believing. He stopped believing in himself. If he'd have told somebody like, look, I'm scared. I don't think I can live on the outside. What did you do? Because there's a lot of brothers that spent a lot of years in the institution and they making it.
Omar, this is Pete. Omar. You have something you want to share with me?
I'm a behavior health counselor. I deal with dual diagnosed people that have mental illnesses like bipolar, major depression, paranoid schizophrenic, but they also have chemical dependent problems. I show people that even with these illnesses, you still can live a normal life if you learn coping skills, other alternatives.
And the only way that I'll get high again is if I take focus off what's important. And that's me and staying clean. Go ahead, Wayne.
You know, I was young. I ain't know.
It's amazing how much I've learned about me by sitting there and listening to others talk about them.
When I came home, it was like, that's when all my nevers.
I was sitting here with people that were looking for guidance from me, and I was getting keys to open up doors that I had permanently locked.
I pray every day that everybody that I come in contact with can do the same thing I'm doing.
You look different. Did you change your hair?
Him and I met at McDonald's. He came through my drive-thru. He said he was looking for a wife. And I said I was looking for a husband. And he gave me his phone number, right? And when I called, it was a recovery house, and I actually thought he was giving me the number because he knew, he had a sense that I was a recovering addict, but one thing led to another, and...
You know, but what she ain't tell you that it took about 5 months to call me. I used to go through the drive-thru looking for her, caught a hack up at one time to go through the drive-thru looking for her.
So do you recommend going to McDonald's to find spouses?
Hell no. Yeah. Anyway, because I mean, you know, and it's funny because when you're dealing with change, you know, you gotta be open to where your help come from. You know, your help may come from anybody in any place at any time. You just gotta be equipped to recognize what's healthy help and what's harmful.
Mr. Mason, you wrote to the Parole Commission for reconsideration, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say for the record, Mr. Mason, you are back here for the reconsideration, which I granted same. How long have you been addicted, Mr. Mason?
Oh, man, it's a long time, man. 35 years.
So you are still looking forward to fight this problem that you've been having for the past. And I commend you for trying, even though you have taken a backslide, and that can happen. Are there any infractions that he might have had since he's been back?
No.
Zero. You are sticking with the main business, I see, in terms of helping yourself. My recommendation for you, Mr. Mason, that you would be placed in an intensive drug treatment program. I will approve of you're going back into society in an intensive inpatient treatment program.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. All right.
My purpose for being here today is to let you know what my relationship is going to be with you through this process. What's your game plan?
I'm just going in there and see what the program got that I can use, to be honest. I mean, I know how to live in prison. I didn't know how to live out there. My skills out there are very limited. And they were so limited, and this would, I honestly believe, led to my relapse. Not being able to move in the world the way I perceived I should have been moving in the world. And so I need an excuse to fail.
The hard part for you ain't standing up. Hard part for you is sitting down.
I'm standing up too much.
Sometimes for the wrong reason. Omar does not recognize that he has become a master of self-deception to the point whereas unless he can get honest with himself about himself, he's gonna kill himself. Omar has lived out of his head. You know, he's been able to think and manipulate his way through situations. That type of behavior doesn't build character. Character is when you can do the right thing when nobody's watching. Omar hasn't practiced doing that very much. He says what he needs to say to get his way in the situation at that time. And when the situation changes, then he goes to the way he feels at this time. And he says what makes that appear to be intelligent. And when his feeling changes, he says what he thinks he needs to say to make that appear intelligent. So in order for him to recover, he's going to have to, first of all, identify a philosophy that he can live by from here to there, that will connect these two things. That will not be something that's coming out of his mouth, but also this what's really in his heart. And it's going to be demonstrated by the way that he behaves and the things that he does on a daily basis. In recovery circles, they say the difference between people who do and do not recover, the difference is 18 inches, and they say that's the distance between your head and your heart.
In 27 days or less, more than likely I'll be leaving Gaudensia. I actually believe that I'm ready, you know, to begin to take on the responsibilities for my own life.
Why can't you claim the success of saying I found a program that helped me get a job?
I'm tired of being in these programs, man, right? I'm actually tired of being institutionalized.
Whenever I talk to you, man, the whole thing that pops in my mind, first and foremost, is that, man, you're an addict.
Well,
right?
remove the addict and see a human being.
I see the human being all the time. I never stop seeing the human being. But I see a human being, man, that's been suffering and in the grips of a disease that has dominated his life. All right? This is the way I see Leon Mason is a human being, a caring, loving, compassionate human being whose life has been controlled by a disease called addiction, which dictates his behavior based on fear.
It's been controlled by more than that, man. What else you see? You don't see the institutionalization or none of that? Come on, man.
The last time I used some heroin, it was illegal. So every time I copped, I put my freedom in my hand. So for me to do a 16-year bit and hate that institution that much, and the very first thing I do when I don't feel the way I want to feel, or things ain't going the way I do, is to break the law and cop. And not just do it one time and say, man, that's it, but to cop 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, knowing that, man, I'm being scrutinized. Omar, come on. That's why, man, the disease of addiction and your recovery process is more important to me than anything right now. Because until you can get comfortable with you living without using, man, all those dreams and ideas you got, man, can be real remote and they can fit right in a cooker.
You suggesting that I go through this because of my disease. Okay, and I'm saying that I've been fighting and working on my disease for years. And I'm still working on it, and I'm not finished. I'm gonna continue to fight and work on it for the rest of my life.
Through addiction and all the stuff that goes along with it, we get disconnected from family, we get disconnected from certain human emotions and feelings, and man, and we start burying them. And they get buried deep in all the tragedies and all the other stuff that go along, man, in the recovery process, man, is getting back. Not only being able to get in touch with those feelings, Omar, but developing a feeling vocabulary to be able to move them feelings from here out there, you know, to put them out. In prison, you don't do that. You know, you don't really, most people don't really get the opportunity to trust enough to really take them gut level feelings that's here and put them out, so they bury them so deep, man. Until, man, you may have some feelings deep down in there that you don't even know in there.
After meeting with Novell, I decided to continue on with my own personal plan. I am tired of people making decisions for my life. I'm prepared to make my own decisions and deal with the consequences of those decisions. I'm actually learning how to be responsible for my own life. I truly and honestly believe that I'm doing the best thing to benefit my life right now. I certainly do.
stands out. Please help me welcome Mr. William.
First, I'd like to say good evening. I was released May the 5th of 2001, and Miss LaTanya made it for me at the door. I had left prison before, only to reward myself with a good high. That day I left with another thought, that I wanted to be something other than a commitment number, other than that bum on a corner. I wanted to be Uncle Pete. I wanted to be my big brother Pete. I wanted to be somebody's loved one. You have to say to yourself that enough is enough. You have to remember the things you have done, the things that has been done to you, and make a stand. I made a stand almost 3 years ago. I haven't thought of returning to prison. I haven't thought of using drugs. All I think about is that today I'm clean, today I'm employed, today I'm loved, today I'm respected, and most of all, today I love me. I am one of the ones that when I used to visit my family, they used to treat me like an unwanted bill collector. Turn out the lights, turn off the radio, hit the floor, and shh. Now I have keys to their houses. Now I'm called for advice. Today, what I do is that I, as a powerful example, share my hopes, my strengths, and my experience with other people that's coming out of prison so they can look forward to something other than that homeboy hitting them off with a package on the corner, because there's no future. For over 30 years, I was dead. And today, I'm alive, vibrant, and I'm happy. And I'm about to fall out from nervousness, so I'll just say thank you and continue to support all of us.
We hard people. We're real hard people. Can't save all of us, you know what I mean? But my thing is like this: if you can save one, then that one save one, then that one save one. Those ones become a whole lot.
I was taught by ex-offenders and recovering addicts that it's not the glass mirror that we look at when we get up in the morning, but it's the internal mirror. My first glance into my internal mirror, I seen that I was holding and hiding a lot of things about me that was hindering my growth. If I was gonna have a life, or if I was gonna ever become better and stay that way, I would have to let go and tear down the wall. And I took the wall down brick by brick. So really the wall, it's a must to be tore down, because as long as it's up, you're in prison. And I think one of the worstest prisons any man or any woman can be confined in is the prison that he creates himself.